Hey guys, what's going on? Alpha here. First video in a long time, Clicker Heroes 2. This is actually pretty funny. I just recorded an entire video on the glitch with the huge clicks and everything costing 0, and I finished the recording, but there was a bit of mic static, so I went and fixed that, and I went to re-record it, and in that time they actually just put out a hot fix for pretty much the whole thing, I'd say. I'm not sure exactly what the base level of the glitch was, but it basically made you so insanely powerful, making everything worth 0. I think it was the 0 that carried on too far. I think, like, you still get things worth 0, but if I try to buy a ton, of course it lets me now. But basically, it would make you just way too powerful. And it seems to be working at the moment. This is frustrating. Does it work? Let's see. Start on this world. Now, another thing they did to prevent is they made it... No, it's working. Alright, so it works. It wasn't working, now it works. I don't understand what's going on. But basically, I'll show you what the glitch is. We'll let this run through. I'm very, very confused. Don't get your numbers too high because you'll glitch out. I thought they fixed it, but now it's working. Interesting. Right, so basically what the glitch is if you come into the skill tree here... Oh, hold on, what version am I running? 0.04. Okay, that's why it's working, because it was just at 0.05. They must have had some problems with it. Make sure to check your version. They're like on the verge of fixing it, I'm sure. But yeah, I'll just show you just because it's kind of fun and it was interesting to play around with. But if you come down here, you get a huge click discount. This basically makes it so when it all stacks up, your gear is worth 0 to buy, 0 to upgrade, so it's super fast. I was probably about level 60 before it started actually taking off. Before that time, you could probably do it a little sooner, like maybe level 40. You could get this synergizing with its health, but you also need this. Huge clicks when activated also trigger on every 20th click for the next 100 clicks. That's actually what makes it stack. And then of course if you have some good multi-clicks, it all just synergizes and then you go insanely fast, insanely far. Further and faster than you should. Something to keep in mind, when it was version 0.05, which I think is, they took it back I think, because I know I read 0.05 and it wasn't working. Even as a level 199, which is hard capped, I was only able to, I think it was world 16, and I was struggling actually with a glitched build in world 16, so we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, anyways, let's just see what it looks like here. So basically the whole glitch makes everything worth 0 as it synergizes. Then you can just make yourself super powerful if you one-shot everything. And I don't know why I'm still have so much energy. No, everything's here. I'll show you another thing that's kind of fun with this build. If we click this on and this, watch how fast this goes. That's insane. And then I don't know why I have so much energy. This should be like almost depleted, but we'll click with it too. Auto clicker. Man, that's so fast. I'm actually a little weirded out right now because typically I don't keep this much energy. But yeah, no, I was screwing around with the glitch just to see, how the game ran and what it would be like at higher numbers and everything. Obviously, it won't be quite like this. I'm sure you could get to this point, but I'm sure it would take a very, very long time. If we go into the skill tree, some things that I think I found that are bugs, and I kind of want to report this, is the critical hits from auto attacks restore 1 mana. I'm not sure if that actually works. Ever since I got it, I've never seen this like go up by 1 mana. But it does get stuck. I am glitching it out, so that might be why. I also have skills do not interrupt auto attacks, so I thought those two would synergize to keep my mana up there, and I wanted that for this, right? Consumes 1.25 mana per second for an auto attack of 2.5 times per second. But my mana does not go down. I don't know if that's because I'm hitting too much or what, but mana's not going down, mana's not going up. Just maybe because I'm glitching it, it's very possible. But I just wanted to report that. Another thing I noticed that I wanted to report, obviously this, you're in your skills menu and you back out, it keeps everything in the starry view. But if you come into here, if you look at my multi-clicks, I should be clicking 348 times, and at the damage I'm doing, it should be a one-shot kill for everything, including bosses. Because at this damage, you one-shot even the last boss on level 100, you'll see that. But I'm one-shotting everything, but I don't think I'm going as far as I should be. 3388, 3389. It looks like you can only go like one world per. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if that's capped, if it's meant to be like that, but I know in a legit game, if I had this like up to 300 times, I would want all of it, right? So I don't know if that's a glitch, but also just because he's here, I'd like to see a little bit more with him. A little bit more useful stuff would be great. Like what he gives is okay, but I'd like to see a bit more diversity is what I'm saying. Another thing, suggestion I had, if you're a dev and you're watching this, is I wouldn't mind, or something to consider for the skill tree is maybe have skills that hinder you in a certain way, but at the same time behind it, like let's say this makes it so you auto attack half as often, but put a skill behind it that links to it, so you have to go through it, and have that second skill give you like a super benefit, like every time you click, or energy regain over time, or something powerful. So you take a hindrance in one way, but you come out on top for the way you build. It's just a suggestion. So yeah, that was that world. Another thing they did with the 0.05 build that they took back is they made it so right off the bat here you couldn't buy at 0. You needed gold to start. That's not the case here. Make sure if you're going to do this just to kind of test out builds or just to fool around, don't get your numbers too high. I always look right here, and if this gets up around 325, my game actually crashes, and crashes often. It's very frustrating. But yeah, that's basically it. My reload, I have all the reloads except for I think 2 nodes, something like that. One right here and another one somewhere in there. But other than that, I have basically all the reloads. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is pretty exciting. What to expect in the next couple of weeks. Fixing broken or overpowered nodes, combos, and Sid's skill tree, which they've already done but taken back, which is kind of weird. Offline progress, which is cool. Guilding, this is why everything's hard locked at level 199, because characters at level 200 will guild for massive damage boost for doing so. And then that's going to carry you further, which is awesome because, like I said, with the fix they put out and a glitched build at level 199, I was barely running World 16. That's not a lot of experience, so that's another thing I wanted to mention too is personally, I'm not a big fan of the XP per monster dropping so far down. Like, I do agree for it to drop per world per run, but maybe just not as fast or hardcore, or maybe there should be like a limit, like a minimum bottom end. Just for the simple fact that, come over here, I ran one of these worlds a lot before I even realized I was like getting gypped hard. Let's see which one it is. Not that one, surprisingly not that one. This one here, 0.175. So I was on World 3 and I was just farming it, and then I realized that nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. It's because I was getting 0.175 XP per monster, so I needed like 10 monsters for less than 2 experience. So that's pretty rough in my opinion. I would like the ability to like choose a planet and be able to farm that planet if I feel the need to. Especially, let's say I'm trying a build that I don't know if it's going to work, and I go, you know, a certain way, and then it's not enough damage or it's not enough whatever, and then I don't want to be forced to jump into the next world and really struggle. I was pretty excited to think that, you know, I could run World 1 for, you know, like, I thought I'd be able to run this like 20-30 times before having to move on, but that's not the case. Like, I've ran it 5 times, 1.1. Like, monsters just aren't worth it. It feels like it's forcing me to make a decision. And I feel that's not what Clicker Heroes should be about. Clicker Heroes is all about management, right? That aspect I just don't like. Other than that, though, the game is awesome. It feels really good. It feels like the progression is really, really good. You get into huge numbers really quick. And before I started glitching, I think I was level 60 when it started taking off from the skill tree. I was about level 60, and that was all legit. And I think I started, like, I came over here to get small clicks, and then I ended up diverting because I seen on Reddit a guy posted that this was like this, so I wanted to test it out and just fool around. So I think level 60 I started taking off, and about level 40 I started trying to get into it. And now it's just ridiculous. So they're going to be putting out a patch right away, so make sure to check your version if you're trying to do this. I'm sure 0.05 will have this fixed. And yeah, that's basically everything. I'm hoping to upload a lot more often, so if you guys are into that, that's awesome. And yeah, loving Clicker Heroes 2. Let me know if you guys have it. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and reading your comments. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.